Thanks once again for having come on time. This session, we will talk about how you succeed in a HR interview. How to succeed in an HR interview. Why Subhash here is, I have spent time across more than 35 years to 40 years time working with people, so I know exactly what HR people need, what the recruiters need from students like you. And I truly believe this word, enthusiasm. I rate enthusiasm even above all professional skills. If you have the like all of you have come on time for this session, which shows you are very keen to learn something, that enthusiasm will take you forward. So have this right attitude always in life and never let it down, because life is one-time opportunity, my dear students. And take this seriously. Even though you're going to learn something for 1 hour, write it down, revise it, and try to implement from today in your life. By this session. Recently, I had been to Chennai, and many of you who are attending this session probably would have gone through my session when I came to your college or university. So what is required? There is a transition required for all of us. What is that transition talking about? You as a student, we need to shift from that student yoke to an employee. Now you have the education, probably you have the necessary skills. But is those things alone enough for us to get a job? Is it enough for us to succeed even in a campus interview or a job interview outside the campus? So there is a transition required there, because your college and a job place, which is a corporate or a company, organization. What I am trying to tell you here is the job seekers need to prepare themselves in order to compete with the job. I am sure some of you have already been placed, some of you are already going through some campus interview, some are in the second year, third year, or the first year of college. Probably in a couple of years' time, you will go through the same process. My only request to all of you is prepare from today, because you have that 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, or at least 4 months time to prepare. And that preparation is the transition I am talking about. Why? Because recruiters will have minimum requirements which are becoming more and more stringent. Like when you go to a supermarket, buy a thing or a television, for example, you say, I want with this specification, isn't it? If you want to buy a bike, you will say, my bike should have this much BHP and so on. When we have specifications, recruiters have specification, which is a job requirement. They will say, I want a person with this qualification and with these skills. It is becoming more and more stringent. Why stringent? Because there are plenty of people passing out of colleges. That is why the competition is very, very high. You got the idea behind this, right? Fine. So the transition is what I am going to talk to you here in the HR interview portion today. So we will see what all is required for you to succeed in an interview. Fine. So let us jump to the next slide. What is essential for job seekers? You don't have to write every point. Remember this point, jot down some important points, go through it once in a while. By the time you attend for a campus interview or another job interview, it will certainly help you. And any doubt you have, you can send me a message. It's essential for job seekers like us. Like us means I am thinking myself as a student now. You should know how to prepare a CV. I am not going to talk about, this is not a workshop. Just excuse me, because some of the students may send messages, that's why. Fine. I am not going to talk about how to create a CV or how to develop a CV, because that's a workshop that goes for a long. Part of getting a job is how to succeed in HR interviews. First one is having your CV so that people see that and call you. 2, understand the value of CV and its contents, which means do not copy from internet. I am different, you are different. You may have some unique skills which I may not have. So copying from internet says excellent interpersonal skills. Probably I am a person who cannot work with others. So I cannot put those terms which you are using. So never copy from internet. The power of language is very important. What you get to speak in an interview session is very important. Essential body language. In my sessions, I have always made a point to you, if you recollect, if you have met me earlier, that body language plays a very important role. You don't have to speak like this, or you don't have to have too many gestures at all. You have to exactly do what is required, and you don't have to act like a machine. Understanding what to speak, when and how during interview is part of a communication skill as well. And what are the requirements to get a job? You know, it is not just these technical qualifications. You need much more. I will touch base with a few soft skills as well in this session quickly, okay? And all of us have this wrong belief. Like Dr. Abdul Kalam said, it is not the employment, it is a lack of employability skills which we fail to understand. We always think there is no employment opportunity. It is there. We do not have the required employability skills which the recruiters are looking for. And that is what I want to tell you, how you succeed in a HR interview 100%. Fine? Right. And question answers, at the end of the session, I will give you time. You can type your questions and I will answer one by one for sure. If you feel delicate, you don't want to ask question here. What is essential for a job seeker like us? Students, what is essential? Preparation to get placed in a job is important. I always say it is not the highest salary. Maybe you are thinking today, the highest salary is the best job. No. A job which you are satisfied is what we are looking for, where you are happy. What happens when we go and play games? We love it. Why? Because there is a passion towards playing a game. Whereas studying, sometimes there is no passion, right? Because it's a compulsion to get a job and so on, right? There is a preparation required to get placed that I will cover, and how to attend interviews. The importance of role plays and exercises are part of my workshop, which generally runs for 6 to 8 hours time, and some of you have already attended it in the last few years' time. Those things are very important because when you go for an interview, there are some exercises which we are going to prepare, which we are supposed to prepare well in advance so that you will enact the role very well. Now you will ask a question, sir, don't you think it's like a drama? No, these days you have to prepare yourself. I cannot talk the way I'm talking at home in a conference, right? So there is a preparation. Likewise, when you attend a job interview, when there is a panel of members, you should know what to talk and what's your limit of speaking. Just because you can communicate fairly good in a language doesn't mean we can open up anything. It is not permitted and we should never do that, even though they ask you to speak up. Why soft skills are very important? You got it on your screen, okay? Why soft skills are very important? I will talk about that quickly. And what are those skills? Why soft skills and what are those skills? Let us go ahead and see what we have, and that is what my session is going to be today, okay? So what does HR interview mean? A HR person or the panel of people from HR, when they sit in front of you, the panel will ensure that you as a student who is likely to be an employee is fit for the position. So how a person becomes fit is exactly matching the job requirement. Not necessarily job description, the job requirement. What they will see? They will see what you can bring to the table. What does it mean? What you can bring more to the organization. Next is whether you have relevant skills. Skills are other skills like communication skill, adaptability, interpersonal, time managing skills, because all these very easily people can find out. It is not coming on time every day. It is finishing the job every day on time. how much you can contribute to the success of the organization or towards the team. And these days, it is more complex because all are result oriented. Whether you have the right attitude, because attitude plays a very important role in our lives. As I told you, I want to cover some soft skills which are essential to touch base and to show you why those things are very important. Even though I wanted to talk, time management, communication skills and stress management, I am not going to talk about stress management here. Let me touch base with time management and tell why soft skills are very important. Okay? First of all, why do we need soft skills? Very clear, my dear friends, as you can see in the screen here, it is to succeed in a working place or an organization. Okay? Right. Yes, skills are essential. It is known that skills are very essential for us. Why and how skills play a very important role is what this slide is going to show you. It allows us to effectively relate us to other people working in the organization. How I move with the people, how I'm able to talk, how I'm able to converse with people, how I'm able to adapt to the situation. Interpersonal skills, communication, doing a job on time, time management, and various other skills are there. Critical thinking, negotiation skills. You don't have to necessarily have negotiation skill only for procurement department. No. As a human being in different roles, we are supposed to have the skill because we get various things get done through this negotiation skill as well. Okay. So it allows us to effectively relate ourselves to other people, enhance our personal relations or interactions, because when you enhance the personal interaction, you get your job done, which leads to teamwork. Support and teamwork will end up in superb performance and satisfaction. Again, why I am referring to all this is because in organization, they are result oriented only. All these years in college, when we study, we score marks, we do some assignment, we do some project just to score marks. Now we are getting into an organization, a corporate, where they are result oriented. Yes, to get to an interview, they see your marks, they see the skills, but to get into a job and sustain in the job, survive and grow in the career, it is important you need to have these various skills. Now there is a confusion with students saying that, so you're talking about all these skills, I perhaps don't have the skills, or perhaps I have skills. But if I don't have skills, can this be learned? Yes, my dear students, very easy, these can be learned. It's not a question of learning, you need to practice this and seek for opportunities. Like I told you, now you have come in front of me for this session, seek for opportunities for learning. So when you have a trainer, coach, a master life coach, or anybody teaching you something, any type of skills, try to grab that opportunity and learn. Put them into practice. I always tell people, it is not your phone is not going to help you in many things. No. In career, no. You need to pick up these skills which are essential. I am repeating this once again for those who are probably going through this campus interview now, or the forthcoming campus interview or other job interviews, or preparing yourself for next year, final year, for job interviews. You need to start preparing from now. So by that time, you are ready to take up a wonderful job. I am talking about wonderful because the job which you have always been dreaming about. So what we need to succeed in life? Very simple, straightforward. The modern workplace is interpersonal. You need to interact with people. This is what I was talking about, HR. The modern workplace, any organization, you need to interact with people. Even if you're in computer, you may be working with somebody sitting in Japan, somebody sitting in US, France, Belgium, and so on. Dubai, Kuwait, and so on. So your communication skill to be excellent. Now there is a question with people saying that, sir, why should we speak English very well? You don't have to speak very well. Because we are educated, you should be able to communicate fairly well. You don't have to speak like a British or an American when you speak English. But you have to speak English like English because we are said to be qualified. You got the point very clear, because nobody else communicates in other languages elsewhere. So it is important you communicate in English, because if you are going to communicate with anybody else, they communicate only in English. So English communication is important, okay? Second, the better you are in soft skills, the better you are in soft skills, you can be a better employee. What does it mean? You will earn a very good name. People will start liking you because of your skills. This is very essential. These soft skills helps us to get adapted to situation with different type of nationalities or different type of people, because you are good at it. Soft skills complement your hard skills. Hard skills are your technical skills, and soft skills are those which are generally not taught at colleges. It's not in the syllabus, because I may manage my time differently, you may manage that time differently. Whereas in our technical things, all of us are supposed to follow some mandatory procedures. Okay? So soft skills will be very important in the future, because AI, artificial intelligence, is taking over, and the key differentiators between those employees will be exceptional soft skills. And that is what I am telling you, always reinstating that soft skills are very important. Now the next question is, when can we start learning? You can start learning anytime. I will always say today is the right time to ponder into yourself. You will find out that you have plenty of time. Generally we feel that we don't have time. My dear students, remember this point I am telling you. You have plenty of time today. When you get into a job, you may not have the luxury of time like what you are enjoying. So never tell that you are busy. Try to manage your time efficiently and spend time in polishing your shoes, which is enhancing or honing your skills. Knowing that you will not get this time, you should start concentrating and improving this. I will talk about television, your mobile, WhatsApp, YouTube all later on, okay? When you develop yourself, what happens? You feel confident. And when you're confident, you will move to the next level automatically, because you know that you have to learn so many things which are required for you to enhance your opportunity in getting a very good job. Fine? You will certainly grow when everything opens up. What opening up? The attitude, your enthusiasm in learning, and to ensure that you enhance your skills. Now quickly I will touch base with some soft skills which I think are essential for you, not only for you, for everyone, but let me touch base with these skills. Now when we talk about any skill, I want each one of you to remember one thing: believe in yourself. Never think that it's impossible for me to do these things. Have the positive attitude always, even when preparing for your exam. Maybe a subject is tough for you. Life is an opportunity, as I told, life is an opportunity. We cannot compromise on anything. Have this positive drive in you, saying that everything is possible. Concentrate, focus your mind. Be positive always. You are born to achieve. Remember this word. You will enjoy. Those are only positive notes to feel into. You get pumped up saying that life is a one-time opportunity. And you are all, I repeat this word, I keep telling always, you are born to achieve. There is no doubt. Maybe here little, we may have to do something. And that is why such sessions should be very useful to each one of us. Second, positive is one. Second, take things personal. It is my life. I want to do. When I say my life, it is not to stamp others and go. Utilize your time. to enhance your quality of life. That's why I said do not spend time on the television, mobile phones and unwanted things. It remains the same for those students who are studying the second year, first year or the third year. Engineering 4 years, or if it's arts 3 years time. You should start. Don't take up in the last minute because it's difficult. Remember, when you start preparing today, there are some people who have started preparing from yesterday. They will tend to be better than you. And that is what I'm talking about, competition. Why I said take it personal? When you take it personal, you think, I will do this. You have to take it like that. Only then we try to achieve. So take it personal. And as I earlier told you, it is certainly possible for you to achieve great things. Never think, sir, can I achieve? Everybody, if I can do, you can do much better. Very simple. Only thing is focus, determination, and the third point is consistency. Every day you should work for it. All problems you see, unable to prepare for examination, unable to complete a job, is simply because we do not manage our time. I did sessions, similar workshops. See, you get to see where there are workshops being conducted. See, you can see two people sitting with me on the dais where they are going through a process of interview. I'm asking them to visualize themselves as employees come for an interview, and I am asking questions or the other person asking questions, because sometimes it's easy to ask questions. It becomes difficult to answer questions. So I tell them how to tackle such issues, how you don't get frightened, because fear is a big problem. That is why I talked about assertiveness and self-confidence course. These are various sessions which will enhance opportunities for us, being confident, giving a proper reply, convincing the panel that you are the best among whoever has come for interview.